You ready? Don't you cry for me. Sharing cigarettes and keeping warm out on the road. Chasing down the lifestyle out on Highway 24. New York State was a rolling breeze and the sunshine with a blue sky falling. Chill of old September creeping in. You would even make again today. You convince me again today. You're leaving this old town looking for someone else's golden ring. Should have said so long, Susanna. Hush now, don't you cry. So long, Susanna. Don't you cry for me. That was a perfect ending, Champy. Good singing. Whole song, you got through the whole song. I don't mind singing back up for a dog. I don't mind it. I don't mind it one bit. Happy Saturday night. Welcome to Saturday Night Live. He's got a little snot running down his nose. He's so cute. He's singing so hard. He's fluidating. That's a good boy. Oh, that's a good doggy. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the AI Learning Lab. Happy Saturday night. All sorts of cool stuff going on today. Look, I got new I got new action back on my shelf. I got my author's copy of the book AI Futures. Looky, right there. That's me. That's me. How cool is that? So if you want to see what I wrote about, available on Amazon. Not Kindle yet because there was a formatting thing. But it's being worked on. There's issues. Just because it's bits doesn't mean it works. As you know, it's janky. Welcome. All right, so couple of things to do tonight. There's some brand new organization has gone down in the AI Salon. So I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to tell you about the AI Salon. And then for those of you that know about the AI Salon, I'm going to talk about it. Show you what's there. It's really cool. Designed for growth and clarity. So that's fun. What else? There was a lot that went down this week, so we can talk about that. I thought it might be fun tonight. It's been suggested a couple of times before. I thought it might be fun tonight if you've got a question about AI where it's more like a conversation. I don't quite know how to do it. Why don't we do this? If you're interested in coming up on stage and asking a question and having a dialogue, just put chat : and then the subject, and then the mods. There's mods in here. To the mods, I'm just springing this on you right now because, chat ADD. If anything looks interesting, like if it seems like a good conversation that everyone can benefit from, then just pin it and try to pin it when I'm in a lull, which there's plenty of those on a given night. If I'm like 30 minutes into a rant on the same subject, you can just pin it and go, let's move on there, bucko. Lovely image here provided by Emilio's wife. Thank you, Emilio's wife. I don't know if you're here. I don't know if you're on time. If not, of course, just because you made a nice image does not mean you don't get a demerit. If you're late, you get a demerit. It's embarrassing. I don't like to embarrass Emilio's wife, but you should see her report card. It is just a sea of red X's. Just one demerit after another. It's really sad because, she's clever. She'd probably get a good grade. I was number 4 in the room, Mr. Shannon. Fine. You were on time tonight. You have a lovely image. Congratulations on that. I don't even know. How do you even know that you're number 4 in the room? I don't know. I mean, I suppose I could figure it out, but, And, it's a full moon tonight. Exactly. So shit's going to get weird. I got to tell you, I want to cop to something. All week this week, I have been odd. I'm just going to fully cop to it. It's not good. It's not bad. It's been odd. I've been a little cranky. I've been a little like old man in the whatever shop. Old man in the diner. I've been a little old man in the diner. How can you tell? No, I just mean in here, Silver Fox. Like I haven't been doing my normal thing, and I don't know what my normal thing is, but it's just been I've been a little riled up. Hey, maybe here's what it is. Okay, this could make sense. My eyes are a little dry. I don't know what to tell you, people. I just gotta rub my face. Sometimes, you know what? Sometimes you just gotta rub your face. I don't think people understand how good that feels sometimes. Just something outside, you just gotta do it. All right? Look, I'm all red. It's like... Woo! Here's what might be going on. starting sometime in December, just this week, Kyle. I know, it's a good point. My question is, where are we headed with AI? Also, how will this impact our lifestyle? Could be a backfire. It's a good question. Well, actually, so that question is actually kind of what I'm about to talk about. So where are we headed with AI, and how's it going to affect our lifestyle, and could it be a backfire? I don't know. Yes, definitely, and absolutely. So back in December, I said 2024 is going to get weird. And January came and went without a lot of big stuff. And February, we got about halfway through February. And then about a week ago, shit started dropping. And the shit that's starting to drop, so for the first time, for the first time since I've been paying attention to this, I saw a headline, a news headline that made me go, oh, fuck. Because, there's a part of doing a channel like this. Like, the AI's coming. This is great. You should play with the AI. It's going to be big. It's going to be big. It's going to be big. You can't believe how big it's going to be. There's all this opportunity. All you have to do is get into AI. It's going to be fantastic. There's a part of having that as a narrative that there's a risk that it was just a bubble, right? If I had started this channel about blockchain and NFTs, when that market kind of shit the bed, and deservedly so, for, being a bunch of NFT bro scumbags that stole money from people. I know they're not all that, but there was enough of that industry is in a well-deserved timeout. So there was a part of me, I think, that was, especially when there's lulls, is this really happening? Is this really as big a deal as I think? Have I just created a warp, time warp or a space warp of AI is important, but just in this bubble? And then you see something like OpenAI's Sora, the video model, and you're like, oh shit. And my first response to that, I'm going to fall asleep to your voice. I say that in the most respectful way. That's perfect, Brian. Listen, this is fascinating. I'm just going to close my eyes, but I'm definitely still listening. Okay, you just go ahead. I'm absolute. So there's something in the back of my head of like, am I just smoking crack here? Crack was a form of cocaine in the 80s in New York City that was super addictive. It's like I used to have that joke. What are you smoking crack? It used to be like funny because like people knew what that was, but I realized no, I know what that is now. So, and then this last week happened, and it's like, oh yeah, this is not going away. If you look at Nvidia's Q4 earnings that just blew estimates out of the water, careful, they're listening. Oh right, yeah. If you look at Nvidia's Q4 earnings, they just blew it out of the water, right? And so that's all driven by AI inferences and AI server farms and things like that. And then you look at the Sora thing, that the headline that sort of made me go, oh fuck, this is going to impact things in dramatic ways and potentially like overnight kind of ways was Tyler Perry canceling his $800 million studio expansion in Georgia. So if you don't know, Tyler Perry, filmmaker, during COVID, outside of Atlanta, built a massive complex of houses and, sound stages and, working things. And he took all of his favorite filmmakers and actors, and they basically would come to the compound, take their COVID tests, and it was like this hermetically sealed filmmaking world. So they kept making films through COVID because they were all in this thing. And so I didn't know this, but it sounds like there was a plan to do an $800 million studio expansion. It's a big deal, right? Big economic driver for Atlanta, for Georgia. And apparently he saw OpenAI's Sora model and is not doing that overnight. So that was the first one that really got me like, there's going to be large swaths of like categories of work that just change and change quickly. And it's not just the pretty picture stuff. It's not just creatives. It's any knowledge work. It's any of that sort of stuff. So anyway, he said, fuck it, let's make it 8 trillion. I saw a headline that Sam Altman is looking for $6 trillion, somewhere between 5 and 7. Yes. So when Sam Altman got fired way back when, the rumor was, because they just raised $10 billion from Microsoft the year before, and I guess in November, they did their big announcement where they announced multimodal GPT-4, and they announced GPTs, which we all got really excited about in this channel. We went off and built a shit ton of GPTs. And then he went over to the Middle East, and rumor was he was over there trying to raise $100 billion, to which I was thinking like, good Lord, that's a lot of money. Well, apparently he's thinking he needs more like 5 to 7 trillion because he doesn't want to be dependent on a single company, Nvidia. He wants to create a chip manufacturing, an AI chip manufacturing industry, really, that dwarfs the current compute output capacity of the world. Basically, that in order to get to AGI, we're going to have massive amounts of compute, and why not them? Which is, listen, it's fucking ballsy. It's great. I mean, more power to you. I mean, it's like, it used to be, raising, $10, $50 million was pretty big, but 5 to 7 trillion. So, anyway, we'll see if he does it. We'll see if he pulls it off. So anyway, so I think maybe that's what's been going on is that I'm trying to process. I'm trying to figure out, what does this mean? Right? The question of, what's the future of AI? Well, I think the future of AI in 2024, so we've got 8 months left, right? Yeah. We've got 8 months left. I think a couple of things happen. The other thing that was, someone asked the CEO of Runway ML if what's coming from Runway ML is going to be as good as OpenAI's Sora, and his single word response was better. So Runway ML right now is the market leader in text to video and video to video generation. OpenAI dropped Sora as an announcement, right? It's not available for us to play with yet. It's in red team testing. Apparently, it's relatively slow compared to other stuff, like a minute per second. So a 60-second clip would take 60 minutes. So I think you're going to see the tactical tools of music, audio, voice synthesis, video, animation, 3D world building, 3D object creation, probably automatic code generation, data analysis, visual analysis, all of the tools that we've got, little gadgets right now, like toys, like Runway ML and Pika right now. I would consider those video toys. They would probably take great offense to that, but the output of it is not, you can't make a movie with it. You can, but it looks like it's janky, right? We don't have any of those tools right now that are non-janky. So the first thing that happens in 2024 is we're just going to see rolling product releases where these tools that right now are janky, like I would say right now, like creative writing and image generation right now are pretty close to world class. You know, research and scientific writing and, analysis and things like that, those still have a way to go because there's no real reasoning in the tools. But we've got sort of two components out of maybe a dozen kind of outputs that are decently world class. And so I think in 2024, like all of them start to get world class. Or at least indistinguishable from human generated work to some degree. And Sora is not perfect on that. It was funny. I saw today someone posted a Sora video of a cockpit view of an F1 car. And it looked really real, except at one point he's going around a left-hand corner and the steering wheel goes to the right. So he went like that and the steering wheel went to the right. And I'm like, oh, that's not real. So the physics is not quite there yet. But I thought it was footage because F1 just started testing. Their opening weekend is next weekend in Bahrain. And so I saw this F1 thing and I was like, oh, what car, like what driver is that? And then I saw the wheel do the weird thing. And then I looked at the thing, it said Sora. I was like, oh, okay. So I think that happens in 2024. The next thing that I think happens in 2024, or not next thing, it's like all of these things are going to happen in 2024. The large language models are essentially going to get reasoning, which doesn't seem like a big deal, right? Like, well, okay, it's reasoning. Well, isn't it reasoning now? It's like writing. No, it's not. What it's doing right now is it's vomiting tokens. You put in a prompt, it makes a probability weighting. It goes and looks into 1,000-dimensional latent space. This is literally what it does. It goes and looks in 1,000-dimensional latent space, finds a point in mathematical space that is the highest probability. That point in space is associated with a word, and it puts that word on screen. That's essentially what happens. And so you type in a prompt, it makes a probability, and then it vomits out a bunch of words. It has no idea what it wrote. None. You're like, well, it seems like it knows what it does because it seems very thoughtful. It's very compassionate. No, it's just vomiting words. Reasoning, when it gets reasoning, it's going to be able to vomit the words and then look at them and go, did I get it right? And if not, why don't we go back and fix the shit I didn't get right? So very, very quickly, like one of the really big criticisms of AI right now is, well, it hallucinates so much. And it's to be fair, like it hallucinates enough that even if you use AI and even if AI helps you to improve your productivity, the amount of editing and fact checking and just checking and like taking out superfluous fucking statements. I did something today and it said, I don't know, it was one of those stupid AI phrases that you're like, oh God, that AI wrote that, right? All that shit's gonna like get dramatically better. So you'll go from having a piece that might be at 60 to 80% good to pieces that are more like 95% and higher good. And that's dramatic, right? That goes where human in the loop is required to some applications where human in the loop is optional. So that's a big deal. Reasoning's a big deal. And then reasoning also implies it can do math. And when it can do math, all sorts of shit changes. So that's going to happen. And then the third big thing that's going to happen. So world-class tools, reasoning, and then the third thing that's going to happen are agents, autonomous agents. And again, I think these are going to drop fast and furious from a lot of different players because a lot of different people are working on it. In fact, Andrej Karpathy, who was at OpenAI, left OpenAI, came back to OpenAI to work on agents, just quit OpenAI to do whatever he's going to do next, which probably looks like the way he wants to do agents versus the way OpenAI is going to do agents. And then Apple is going to drop something at the Worldwide Developers Conference in June that's probably going to be pretty fucking bitchin'. And my strong suspicion is it will be agents. And Apple's going to be able to do that really good. They're good at privacy. They've got all our data. They've got all the apps. They can hook all that shit up. And so what does that mean? Well, you won't need to prompt so much. Right now you need to prompt because these are word vomit machines. I know they call them large language models, but they're word vomit machines. And so you have to kind of know, you have to get good at putting in the prompt in such a way that it vomits decently predictably. When these things get reasoning, and when they have agents, you can just say, I kind of want this. And it will just go off and do it, reason with itself. If it needs an action taken, it will spin up an agent. That agent will go off on your behalf and do something. Do you know if we'll be able to create a GPT in a mobile phone? Probably. GPTs. So think of GPTs right now as the poor man's agent, right? So you can make you make this standalone thing. OpenAI's training us right now that we can call a GPT inside a chat in Chat GPT. You can be in Chat GPT right now, and you can hit the @, and your GPTs and anything you've looked at recently are available to you. And you can call those specialized GPTs inside your GPT, right? So that's all manual right now. And the GPTs are really janky, and some of them are connected to other functions, and some aren't, most aren't. And they're just janky. But imagine if they weren't. Imagine if you could spin up your own agent that had its own kind of logic, its own kind of knowledge base. It was easy to connect to other services. And it was dynamically called when someone gives their GPT a goal. That GPT, using its reasoning, goes out and says, are there any agents out there that can help me accomplish this task? If yes, use them. If no, create one. So I think all of that happens in 2024. Hi there. Any tips on aging a photo using AI? I think, yeah, I mean, if you've got Photoshop, go into Photoshop and look at the AI filters. Because I know you can de-age a photo, so I assume you can age a photo. You can go the other direction with it. You can also try decohere. Just came up with if it's like a photo of a person, you can use decohere, which I'll show that in a second. Where you just upload a photo and then just change the background, and you could probably do it that way. But aging the photos is, I think you can do that decently with filters inside Photoshop. If you don't have Photoshop, then I know there's specialty. There's probably phone apps that do that. I don't think you need AI for that, unless you want to do something really specific. If you just want to age it and make it sepia and add dust and shit like that, I think there's apps that just do that. Kyle, did you injure? Did you injure? I don't quite know what the beginning of your sentence is, Dr. Bod. You can request OpenAI to stop sharing your info with the training model. Yeah, I don't know, are you asking to show how to do that? You can do that in Chat GPT Plus, but if you have Chat GPT Teams, it's like that by default. Or not Chat GPT Teams. Teams is the Microsoft product. Chat GPT Team is the OpenAI product. God, the branding for these things is crazy. Okay, so that's what I think is going to happen in 2024. There will likely be some surprises, but significantly more powerful tools, reasoning, agents, and then the other thing about the significantly more powerful tools, we're going to have at least 2 and probably more fully multimodal engines. So ChatGPT 4 right now is multimodal. It can talk, it can hear you, it can see, it can make pictures, it can do coding, it can do words. It can't do audio, music, voice synthesis, video, 3D worlds. So there's like 4 or 5 things it can't do right now. In 2024, I think those all come together. I think you'll see it from OpenAI and Google at a minimum. I would not be at all surprised if Llama 3 from Meta is open sourced and will be fully multimodal. Wouldn't be surprised by that at all. So that means the open source community is going to have a model that is GPT-4 class with multimodality. Like so the foundation tools of all the stuff we're playing with. How did Sam Altman put it? I'm so glad I wrote this down because I need to memorize it. Sam Altman in Davos about a month ago said, GPT-4 is best understood as a preview. Progress here is not linear. So if you look at the jump from Runway ML's video to Sora's video, that's not linear. Linear is like you go from 4 seconds in Runway ML to 8 seconds, and the coherence, across time gets a little better. Right? That's linear. Jumping from 4 seconds to 60 seconds, where the video essentially understands all of the objects in the world and the physics within them to some degree, that's like a whole nother, like it's not in the same neighborhood of capability. So I think that's what you see. And then the question of, will it affect our work, or how does it affect our work, is just yes. Thank you, Don Furball. By the way, 10 out of 10 on the name. I don't know what the rest of it is, but Don Furball's all I can see when you're giving gifts there. But that's a solid John Furball here. I hope you're in sales. Hey, it's John Furball. How's it going there, Bob? I think I don't know that there's major shakeups in 2024, but I think there will be major canaries in the coal mine in 2024 for which industries are going to be affected first and hardest. The Tyler Perry thing to me, canceling an $800 million studio build, that feels pretty fucking dramatic, right? That feels like within 2 to 3 years, the economics of how you make films will be drastically different. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that filmmakers are out of work, but what it means is those people in positions that get ousted, if they don't figure out how to do shit with AI, if they don't get AI literate, the work's just going to dry up. And so what does that mean? Well, if it's going to happen in 2 to 3 years, that let's say right now that just the union for the Teamsters union for films that drives equipment to sets, however many of them there are, there's going to be a lot less of them. The people that set up the sets, the people that build the sets, the people that design the sets, the people that cater the set, like that whole economy around that shifts. So I think that we'll start to see some canaries in the coal mine in 2024. But absolutely no one should assume that their sector is safe. Like if you're in a business that touches computers in any way, you're going to be affected. And if the primary work of your work is using computers, you're going to be dramatically impacted. And the time to get AI literate is now. While the tools are janky, while this shit isn't fully formed. Because when the shit gets fully formed, the big companies are going to start freaking out. And they're going to be desperate for anyone that can even fucking spell AI. You can spell AI? Come here. Follow me. We need help. What's happening? You got to tell me now. All the people that are panicking, that will be panicking right now, are the ones going, well, I'll tell you what we've done. Here's how we've handled AI. We've made it against our policy to use it. Okay? It's okay. We got it. Not a problem. We're good. By September, those people are going to be going, Shaw, we got to call a meeting. Can we have an all hands? I don't even know if does anyone come to the office anymore? How do we do this? What do we do? So one of the things I talk about in here is get AI literate and start talking about it. Put it out there. Put it on LinkedIn. Put it on Facebook. Talk about it at work. Well, we're not allowed to use it at work. I don't care. Tell them you bought a Chromebook and on the weekends you make kids' books. Or you make party menus for the old folks' home. And you do it with AI and the old folks have never been happier. Get yourself out there. And if you're feeling like, but I'm too far behind, I'm not technical. You're not behind. You don't need to be technical. The city of Bakersfield is starting to use AI for city complaints. Awesome, yeah, as they should. as they should. Maybe with AI, they can actually, process which complaints are getting the most noise really, really quickly. At a minimum, they should be able to respond to them with the semblance of compassion, the illusion of compassion. Chat GPT generated compassion. What about regulated industry like mortgage banking? I think regulated industries take longer. Anywhere where you've got people's lives in the balance, airlines, healthcare, anywhere like utilities, things like that, I think those go slower. And then financial services, anything that's highly regulated, I think goes slower. But what's going to happen? What's going to fuck everyone up is pesky little startups who don't know the rules are going to put solutions into the marketplace that make it painfully apparent how broken all of the current companies are in those regulated industries. And so it's not that they're not going to get shaken up. It's just that it's going to take them a long time to roll the regulations through to catch up with the innovations that are sort of being shoved on them. I tried my hand at writing an ebook. It's going pretty well. Nice, Rudy. GPT and I are great workers. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how you should think about Chat GPT too, right? You want to write an ebook? Great. You're the author, and then Chat GPT's your assistant. And you're just two little co-workers, and you're just sitting there like, I think I'd like to write a book now. That's fantastic. Kyle, what would you like to write about? I'd like to write about this. Here's some ideas. Could you turn that into an outline? Sure, here's an outline. Yeah, you can knock that shit out. That's how this book started. So this book started as Cindy Kuhn got a bunch of us together and said, why don't we publish a book in a month? We started like the last week of November. We said, why don't we publish it by the end of December? We didn't hit that, but by the third week in January, she made that happen. And so the trick was we all had to use AI in some way to do it. So my chapter, I took a talk that I gave. Actually, in the video series, in one of the corners here, the first two videos in that series talk about why 2023 was the new 1995, comparing the early days of generative AI to the early days of the World Wide Web. And so I did a keynote talk on that to Creative Mornings here in Denver back in April or May. And so I took the transcript of that talk, and I had ChatGPT write me an outline of the chapter of that book based on that talk. And then I had it put into brackets anywhere where it felt like it was missing connective tissue or specific stories. And so basically it just gave me this big recipe for just where to put all the stories I had to tell. Kyle, can I get a signed copy? Absolutely. I have not thought about doing signed copies. I just got my author's copy. I only have one. But that's not a bad idea. I could probably do that. Let me figure out logistically how to do. I'll actually talk to Cindy Kuhn about it. She probably knows how to do that. But thank you for asking. That's great, Brandon. So Brandon says, and I like this a lot. If you bought AI futures, don't forget to review it. And then here's a thing you could do. Review it, and then no matter what you felt about it, just write good shit and hit 5. That's it. Yeah, do that. I think this is an irresponsible use of my TikTok channel, but it's funny. Kyle for President 2028. AI futures, 5 stars. Any other passive income ideas with Chat GPT?
You can make money with Chat GPT.
I don't know shit about passive income. The only thing I know about passive income is that you have to work your ass off to get it there. Like, there's occasionally a way to stumble into a new market where you might trip into something that doesn't require a lot of work. But any of these courses,
You can make money with Chat GPT.
how they're making their money is telling you that you can make money with Chat GPT if you take their fucking course. So they're not making money with Chat GPT. They're making it the old-fashioned way by selling you something that will tell you that you can do something that they're not doing. It's the oldest money-making scheme in the book. So do what they're doing is one way. Come up with a fucking course. Use AI to increase your vegetable yield. Turn it into a book and fucking sell it. And then teach them, give them 4 prompts that teach them how to use ChatGPT to write a gardening plan. That said, I think a thing you could do with ChatGPT is, actually, this would be kind of interesting. Go to ChatGPT and say, I want you to act as a direct marketing expert or something like that. And I want you to help me separate fact from fiction with passive income approaches. And then brainstorm with it, work with it to figure it out. And because if you're using Copilot or if you're using ChatGPT 4 that's connected to the internet, you could even say, go find me some passive income opportunities out there and analyze them for me. So you could probably do, if you took actually, this would be really interesting. Take a full week, 7 days. I don't care when you start, and I don't care what your day job is. Just don't watch TV at night, and you can give up the AI Learning Lab. So instead of watching me ramble about stupid shit, spend 3 hours a night with ChatGPT deep diving into the reality of passive income opportunities. And don't stop for 7 days. And so you spend 3 hours a night in the weeknights, and then you spend 6 hours on Saturday and 6 hours on Sunday. So what's that? 5, 12, 17 hours. So you put in 17 hours in the next 7 days on that one topic. I want to understand passive income opportunities, approaches, tactics, strategies, realities, myths, and just fucking learn it all. And here's real things that are in the world right now and have them ranked. Just fucking dive into it. I bet at the end of that week, one of 2 things will happen. You'll realize, oh, that's too much work. I don't want to fucking do it. Or you'll realize, here's a thing that's actually real and it's a real opportunity. And it's within my grasp. That would be fascinating. What was your wake-up moment for AI? For me, it was December 5th, 2022. That's funny. I stumbled on ChatGPT. So mine was November 30th, 2022. So the day ChatGPT came out, because I knew it was coming. And I'd been playing with GPT-3 on the playground, the OpenAI playground, and I sort of got it. And then when ChatGPT came out, I lost my mind. I started this group, the AI Salon, We had our first meeting of this group on December 7th, 2022. So you had your breakthrough December 5th. We had our first meeting of this group December 7th, 2022. And I think it was 2 nights before our first meeting. You know what's funny? I think for me, December 5th, I think it was December 5th because I remember it was 2 nights before we did this, and I knew it was December 7th. That was the night I created a fully functional Python application in 90 minutes, and I've never written a line of Python in my life. That's when I knew, I knew sort of what large language models were, and I knew sort of what GPT was, and I thought, yeah, it's impressive and this and that. But when I fucking sat there and wrote a fully functioning Python application in 90 minutes without knowing a line of code, I knew instantly that the world was different, and very few people knew it. So that's when I started my TikTok channel. That's when I started the AI Salon. And I just fucking lost my mind. I mean, I'm impossible to talk to now. Unless you're into this shit. If you're into this shit, I'm fine to talk to. Because, but, someone's like, oh, I just had a baby. I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. Hey, have you made him an AI children's book yet? You know what you could do? I'm fucking gone. What is the Salon.ai? Okay, so the AI Salon, let me show you what this is all about. And I'll talk about some of the changes we just made in the community for some of the folks that are old timers. Been around for a couple of months. The old timers, they're the real experts in the community, have been around for a couple of months. Okay, so if you go to the Salon.ai, that is going to take you to here. And the very first link is the AI Salon community. And that's what it is. It's a community. And this channel, to a great degree, is kind of an extension of this community. A lot of people that show up here regularly, they're called the Irregulars. They've also joined the AI Salon, and they're really amazing members of that community. So I consider this a community, but the AI Salon is an actual place. It's run on Mighty Networks. And it's free. It doesn't cost anything. And so when you go there, where you end up is you end up in this joint. So that looks familiar. So when you first land in here, I think this is the page it lands you on when you first come in. And what you should do is read this page. And here's the deal. I have ADD, so it's not long. I can't do long things. It's very concise, but this talks about who we are, why we do what we do, how we do it, and it talks about our values. And the values are really important. This is who this group already is. So I want this group to grow, but I want it to maintain what's actually really magical about it right now. What's magic about this group is that you don't have to be a technologist to be in it. There's not that weird sort of competitive thing going on. Like, people are really generous in here, really collaborative. Why? Because these are the values that they already are. They're curious. It's a bunch of curious people. So you don't have a lot of people in here. You have people in here who might be skeptical of AI or components of AI, but they're skeptical knowing how it works. And they're curious about how could it be better, right? So curiosity is a core tenet of the people that are in this community. Generosity. If you learn something, share what you're learning. Oh, I just tried this thing and it worked. Oh, I just tried this thing and it failed miserably. But I wonder if I did this, right? When you join the community, introduce yourself to the community. There's a section called Introduce Yourself. That's the first thing you should do. And your instinct as a normal Homo sapien human being will be, I don't want to introduce myself to a bunch of strangers. That's scary. But do it anyway. Because your point of view, your background, your passion is very likely a gift to someone in this community that needs what you have to offer. So generosity, exploration. People in here are adventurous. Oh, there's a new thing out. Let's go try it. Collaboration. People in here are collaborative. Hey, let's do something together. You want to put on a show? Da, 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 da. Cindy Coon. Oh, you want to make a book? Let's try to make a book in a month. Let's see if we can pull it off. We pulled it off. It was 7 weeks. It was 8 weeks. It was 2 months. It's still not bad. Have you ever tried to write a fucking book? It's hard. Anyone in here had to return their advance on a publishing contract? I have. It fucking sucks. Inclusion. People are coming from all different backgrounds, experience levels. You're going to have in here people that have theater degrees, like myself, and people that have PhDs in mathematics, like Pate, who runs the AI Mechanics, the Technology Guild. Empathy. There's a lot of fear right now. There's a lot of anger right now. There's a lot of misunderstanding right now. Knowing that and interacting with people, knowing that if they say, oh, I hate that stuff, getting to why they hate it might be an opening to have a conversation with them, not in a defensive place. And then the last value here is gratitude. I love this one. We believe gratitude is a practice. Gratitude is not just a feeling, but an action. Take the time to acknowledge the efforts, support, and successes of the extraordinary people in this community, especially if someone inspires you. Go out of your way to acknowledge them. Tag them in your posts. Reach out and let them know they made a difference. This happens in here all the time. People are connecting with one another, doing things. They're like, oh, why don't we get on a Zoom call? We'll do this thing. And then they get done. And then you see like a flood of acknowledgements and things like that. It's rare. And it's here. And it's really important. So anyway, so that's who we are, why we do what we do. So go check that out. If that resonates with you, then the first place I want you to go is introduce yourself. Little section. And introduce yourself. It's funny. Tyler Perry is the first introduction here. It's not the movie making Tyler Perry. Don't get don't get all excitable. And then there's an events the community section has events. It's got tools and resources. So this tool list right here is a list that I personally maintain of if you want to get started with AI, you don't know where to fucking start because it's impossible to figure out where do you even there's no college course right now, there's no book, there's no nothing that says where do you start, because the tools are changing so fast that it's impossible to even know where to begin. So this list is that, and what's at the top of it is the thing I think is most important for where you start. And right now it's Chat GPT. It's been that way for more than a year. And until someone knocks them off the mountain, that's it. Start with that. And then here's a bunch of other large language models. Here's a bunch of image creation tools. Here's a bunch of video creation tools, music and audio, 3D, and then people you should be following. Follow Ethan Mollick. Go look at what Ethan Mullick's been talking about for the past week with Google Pro 1.5. It's face melting. Face melting. Go watch David Shapiro talk about how we're going to have AGI in the next 7 months. AGI stands for Artificial General Intelligence. This is the point at which these tools become as or more capable than most human beings at most jobs. He thinks we're going to hit that within 7 months. Not like could do parts of your job, as good or better than you at your job within 7 months. Paul Reitzer's he started the Marketing AI Institute 5 years ago. That's wild because generative AI, like I mark November 30th, 2022 as kind of the inauguration of this new era. He started the Marketing AI Institute 3.5 years before that. You should be following him. They've got a free AI for writing thing coming up in March. All right. Then, so this is new so some of you who are already in the salon, you're like, wait, isn't the community section in a different order? It is. So over the past couple of weeks, we've been talking a lot about guilds and the difference between guilds and clubs, which was very unclear. And some of the guilds were sort of small in scope, some were big in scope. We were kind of all over the place with them, and it was very confusing. So we've changed some things up. One of the other things that happens, or that's happening, is the show and tell area. The show and tell area, for the most part, when we started this 3 months ago, it was just pictures, right? And then Suno came out, and it started being pictures and songs, and then it was pictures and songs and GPTs. Now it's pictures and songs and GPTs and movies. So we blew the show and tell area up into 4 different areas. So we're creating a page for challenges and competitions. So Danielle, Be Not Afraid, who's in here tonight, and is one of the mods. Every week she does these things called Mad Libs challenges, where she'll create a Mad Libs prompt for people in the community to practice their prompting. And you don't have to think. You just take her Mad Lib, you change out some of the words, and you make images and you share them. So we're going to be listing things like that, those kind of challenges in that channel. And then there's 4 different areas now in show and tell. So show off your work. We also changed the name to show off your work. Because show and tell isn't just like show off cool work. We want to see your work. We want to get to know who you are and what you're about, right? So show off your work. So now there's a graphic art, visual arts, images. There's music and audio. There's video and animation. And then there's a channel for GPT, apps, and websites, right? So if you build a really cool AI website or an app, or you want to hawk your GPTs and show them off, there's a whole special area for that. So that's a super exciting change. Then within the salon, there are 4 different guilds. And the guilds are the Creative Guild. And so within that now, so what we did basically is we took previous guilds and clubs and we grouped them logically, right? So we have a creative guild, a business guild, a technology guild, and a social impact guild. And so if you look under each one of these guilds, there's Leah's Original Art Guild is there. There's Jane's Writer's Circle. There's videos with Scott. Jane and Leah are doing this joint sort of prompt thing. And then there's some more in there. You can check them out. The Business Guild has Ken and Brad's, what was formerly the Business Guild, but we also put Cindy Kuhn's Future of AI Publishing in there. And Cindy Kuhn's doing a whole new thing that's probably going to end up landing in the Business Guild. The Technology Guild, you've got the mechanics area with Pate. You've got Building 101 with Pete Kaminsky. You've got Weekend GPT Jams with Ann Murphy, right? All under the Technology Guild. I don't know if you're here tonight, Ann. You could potentially live under the Creative Guild. Like if where we put you is not right, we can move things around. And then the Social Impact Guild, we've got healthcare, education, and ethics. And that is likely going to expand. And then, this is really exciting. We've got community clubs. And the first and only community club is the Irregulars channel, which is this channel. So we've got our own club area. So if you want to share images during these lives, share them in the Irregulars channel. I also found out, by the way, so if you're doing anything that's AI Learning Lab, that should live in the Irregulars channel here. If you're doing anything that's AI Salon related or just stuff that you want to share with the world, that goes in those show and tell channels. Anything that's AI Learning Lab should go here. I just figured out I can move posts from show and tell into the Irregulars, so I'm going to start doing that. So if there's Irregulars in here tonight, if it's AI Learning Lab related, just put it here, because it's cool to have our own area, but also as this community grows, not everyone's going to be coming from the AI Learning Lab, so they might not know what it is, and it gets a little confusing. So if you're going to post stuff here, go into the club. The other nice thing about the Irregulars area, you can share images, but there's also a chat. So you can have sort of back channel chats. And if you have questions about what the hell I'm talking about, you can come in here and people who know what the hell I'm talking about will help. So isn't that cool? Then we have a leadership area. But yeah, that's the new structure of the AI Salon. It is a kick-ass community. We're about 1,200 members strong at this point, and we want to grow it. So, anyway, woo! So let's go look at the Irregulars and see if we got any good picks in here. Have you heard about AI? Exactly, that's me. It doesn't matter where I am. I'm like, that was nice. Ooh, Holiday Inn. Making irrelevance irregular. That's nice. Yeah, that's got some spelling issues on it, doesn't it? Embrace the jank. That's one we should actually, you know what? Why don't we do that? I'd like to make a bunch of embrace the jank, because everything right now is a janky piece of shit. And I think in 2024, these tools are going to get a lot less janky. So why don't we right now, if you're near a Dolly or a Midjourney or a something, why don't you make a bunch of images and put them in the Irregulars channel for Embrace the Jank? Because that one certainly lives in that category. That's really funny. Holiday Lindy. These are actually really cool, Mary. Those are cool. Current state of AI. The word vomit machine. That's really good, Hope. Who's that? Oh, nice. So that's Ann Murphy and Don Wackerly, her husband. And they are, I don't know if they're there right now. They're in Vegas right now. And they're going to see, wait, what time is it? Oh, yeah. Is Vegas an hour earlier than Denver? I think they are. So right now, they're in the Sphere, and U2 is either just starting or just about to play, or the opening act is about to play. They're seeing U2 in the Sphere tonight. Oh, that's so cool. Ooh, that's beautiful. Oh, Danielle, yeah, I grabbed that image. I'll probably use that one tomorrow. I love that one. So cool. All right, so wait, new activity. Did someone get in here quick already? AI Futures. Oh, that's sweet. Thank you, Silver Fox. If only my hair were that swell. That's awesome. Thank you. All right, cool. So we'll come back here and we'll do that up. That's really good. You mean the seasoned irregulars? Okay, so what do we want to talk about? Should we hashtag the jank images? Embrace the jank. I like that. Yes, Dr. J. So when you make your embrace the jank images, and they can be anything, I don't care what they are, but they should be janky. You should find a way to incorporate jank into your image. the word and the concept. And then hashtag them, embrace the jank. That would be good. And you could, listen, feel free to put up janky songs and janky movies. And embrace the jank can live in many forms. Anyway, I'm excited about the salon. So here's the other thing about the salon. This coming Tuesday, so today's Saturday, this coming Tuesday, every other week we have the AI Salon meeting. And so it's a virtual meeting. It's on Google Meet. Recently, we've been having between, 60 and 100 people show up for that thing. And we usually have a speaker in. And so we have a really good speaker. I wish I could quit you. We have a really good speaker, Kelly Bosch. If you don't know Kelly Bosch, go look up her on TikTok. It's Boesch is her last name. And look at the videos she makes. They are stunning. They're amazing. And so she's going to be speaking about her work and how she does it and what inspired her to do it and how she puts it together. So the salon meetings are really good. So that's coming up. So you should join the salon, but make sure you're down with what we're about. And I really do think this is a unique group, right? This didn't start as a technology group. The original name of the AI Salon was the AI Artist Salon. And we wanted to broaden it out because it's not just about pretty pictures, right? It's about the art of AI, not AI art. So anyway, all right. Actually, you know what's really disappointing? I should have... Dang it! I should have... maybe she'll do it. Because she's got her own channel. Ann Murphy, I should have planned with her that while I was live, she should come into this channel and I'll bring her up on stage and we can watch YouTube with her in the sphere. Oh, that was a missed opportunity. That would have been fun. I created an AI agent as a UX designer and used LinkedIn to hire it. Now making a 2.5K salary. Awesome. I love it. Bring it on. So here's the thing. Like seriously, with this AI shit, I talk all the time about, I think all of our jobs right now with AI is play. Play. Don't take it seriously. Play. Try to do stupid shit. Come up with ways to put your own company out of business. Come up with ways to reinvent ways of doing things. Just do stupid crap. Publish books. Like, just go. And yeah, like, do stuff like make an agent, have LinkedIn hire it, have some sort of circular revenue. Awesome. Yes, go do that. Because when these tools get good and when corporations start freaking out and need people that can do things, they're going to want people that understand a wide range of what's coming. And the only way you can understand a wide range of what's coming is play with the shit that doesn't make sense to play with, outside of your core expertise and outside of your core use cases. You can do all that shit. Like, if you want to make your work life more efficient and do all that, yeah, you can do that. But that's not... The opportunity here is going to be wider than that. It's not going to be, I need a copywriter. It's going to be, I need someone who's AI literate that's good with words. Ooh, what's that mean, right? We are going to be replacing humans. I actually disagree with that. I don't think we're going to be replacing humans. I think, well, that's true. I think we're not going to be replacing humans. No, we're not. Humans are going to be doing different jobs. And the jobs that humans are doing are going to be different. and some humans will lose their jobs. But we're not going to be replacing humans. I think the role of humans actually gets more important. I think the role of authenticity gets more important. I think the role of human connection gets more important. I think the role of trust gets more important. The value of humanity goes up when the robots can do all the shit work that is crushing our souls right now. We get to rise above that. That's what I think. That's where I think it's headed. That's my sort of 10-year vision, is if we do this right, we actually get to rise above all this crap. And right now it feels really scary, like it probably did when you were a farmer in the field with your horses, and the neighboring farm got one of those there janky steam engine tractors. And the immediate response must have been, they're going to replace humans. Well, they did, but the humans didn't go away. They moved to these things called cities and created a whole new way of working. It wasn't very good because it was in factories run by steam engines. and they didn't have unions back then, so it took them a while to get it worked out. But you're not replacing the humans, but major shifts are going to happen, so absolutely. Most Americans only read at a 6th grade level or less, so that makes sense to me. I don't know what that is, what I said that made sense to you, but here's the thing. Ethan Malik shared a paper not too long ago, 3-4 months ago, maybe it was longer than that, in the summer, I think, that they found that when they deployed Chat GPT into workforces, everybody improved. And the high performers improved at 17%. And the mid to low performers improved 45%. I think those are the numbers. It was like, so the good people got better, but the not as good people got way better. And so that idea, that one of the things that I'm most excited about with AI is this idea of accessibility and amplification of skills and knowledge, like overnight. So people that maybe didn't have the education, maybe didn't have the skills, maybe didn't have the, all of the advantages, all of a sudden have tools that catch them up. So everyone gets better, and people that are not as good get way better. Level. Not what's wild is AI literate people go up dramatically. People that are sitting on the sidelines with their arms crossed are just going to watch people sort of zoom out of frame. That makes me sad. That's why I do this. Seems legit. It's changed so much and got so smooth and human-like. Yeah, I know. It's weird, isn't it? Danielle, hey, that's me. The recognition warms my mind map brain. She's at U2 in Vegas. I know. Oh, that's right. That was when I was asking where's Ann Murphy. Yeah, I knew that. Listen, it takes me a while, people. In case it wasn't painfully obvious, I'm a little slow. All right, people?
You can make money with Chat GPT.
I'll get there. Two, AGI 1 is, Laughing Thunder. So Laughing Thunder is referring to, Google put out a paper on the levels of AGI. Right now we're at AGI 0, which is we're not there yet. AGI 1 is when AI becomes able to do some jobs better than some people. I'd say we're close to that now. And then AGI level 3 is most jobs, most people. Is that right? Or most jobs, some people? I don't know. A human being. I love the new organization. Well done. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're really excited about it. It's, you know what the problem was? Is we were thinking of guilds are sort of the official, they're officially sanctioned sub-communities of the AI Salon. But we could never, there was always like weird overlaps, and like we had a business guild and an entrepreneur guild. Ken was doing the business guild. Brad was doing the entrepreneur guild. But we're like, well, they're both business. So they actually joined forces and made that a single guild. And then what we're realizing now is, like the guild is actually just the umbrella structure, right? And then you can have really small groups under that. You can have really big groups underneath that. And you can have all the different flavors of business underneath the business guild. So yeah, we're really, really excited about it. And there's also, it does away with the idea of clubs as sort of mini guilds. It's like, you've either got a sub-community in one of the guilds, or there are standalone community clubs that are just like, we want to hang out together. And that's what this group is. AI won't take your job, but people using AI will. Absolutely. So there's 144 people in here. So here's the deal. If you just stumbled in here and you're like, what is this? What is this? Or if you're like, yeah, I'll get to it tomorrow. I'll start playing with it tomorrow. No, go right now. Right now, if you have not tried Chat GPT, now there's 150 people in here. There's more in here than when I started the sentence. Are we posting Embrace the Jank and Irregulars? Yes, please post Embrace the Jank and the Irregulars channel, so that I want to start making sure that we have focused attention and not split attention. So during this chat, I'm learning about developing a mobile app for an idea. That's awesome. Yes, that is the perfect way to take advantage of this channel is, 1, listen to the dog sing at the beginning. It will make you happy. It makes me smile every fucking time. 2, I can be in the background, just let it go and just start playing with AI. Use this time as an opportunity to just be playing with AI, dicking with AI. Yeah, come up with a mobile app, develop a mobile app. I was thinking that today. It's so funny that you say that. I was thinking that I should just try something that is significantly out of my out of what I know I can pull off, just to see what tools I use to do it, right? And so it's a perfect way to use this. But if you're brand new here, go to chat.openai.com right now. Just go to your browser, chat.openai.com. That's Chat GPT. And just start asking it shit. Ask it to do stuff for you. Ask it to come up with a meal plan for the next week that is not vegan, but has no chicken, beef, or fish, or like meat of any kind, or something like that. It doesn't matter. Tell it to write you code that you don't understand. And then tell it to explain the code that it wrote as if you were a 5th grader. Have it write you a song about a long-lost lover. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Just go there right now and start playing with it. Just hang out here, listen to me ramble. You can pay attention or not. And just go to ChatGPT and just keep playing. Just keep pushing it. Push it. And here's a good way to think about ChatGPT if you haven't played with it before. You're going to get there and you're going to be like, oh, this is just like Google. I've seen this before. You type in the box and it gives you an answer. I got it. Yeah. No, I'm good. I understand. No, it's not. It's not that. ChatGPT is not fancy Google. In fact, if you treat ChatGPT like Google, it gives you shitty answers. You're like, what do you mean? Google was designed to put in as sort of small a unit of request as possible and give you lots of results. ChatGPT has massive amounts of knowledge available to you, but if you just put in a janky shitty little request, it sort of pulls from all of this knowledge and it just gives you crappy generic answers. But if you give it more context, if you start to have a conversation with it, hey, I'm thinking of starting I want to create a mobile app, and maybe you could help me come up with how to think about developing a mobile app. And Chat GPT will ask you some questions, and then you answer it. And then you say, but I don't know anything about mobile development. And then it'll tell you that. Have a conversation with it. Think of Chat GPT like an incredibly well-educated, dramatically inexperienced intern. So when you play with ChatGPT, it's like you were just given an assistant that knows way more than you know, but doesn't have any common sense. And so just try to guide it like you would guide an intern. And dig deep on stuff. Just dig. And do that while we're talking here tonight. All right. The salon was getting overwhelming. I appreciate the organization. I know it was. And it was like, yeah, exactly. And also, it's funny because we were like, do we expand show and tell or not? Because we don't want to add more stuff, but we want it better organized, right? And show and tell is feeling actually like a really important place. And we also wanted to focus it, not just show work, show your work, right? And show it in these areas. And so that way, you're going to be able to find people within the salon that are doing work that inspires and excites you. So thank you for that acknowledgement. So during the chat, I'm learning about, we just saw that. Mr. Kyle, what camera are you using? An iPhone 14. You mean for that back camera? That camera is the other side of the iPhone 14. I'll tell you, Mr. Rudy, I've got all the tricks. I have a single device. It's got cameras on one side and the other. And I use them both. Listen, this may look like a simple home office. This is a $20 million broadcast studio. Nobody knows that. Because I work really hard to make it seem like it's a janky piece of shit. I'm just using my iPhone. It was funny. We were in Ann's GPT Jam today. And I think it was Corey that asks, like, how do you edit together your videos, and how do you and I forget, Suzanne was like, well, I do screen recordings and then I record them, and then sometimes I got to figure out how to get them off my computer and onto my thing. And I was like, oh no, I talk into TikTok, and then I hit stop, and then I flip the camera around and I aim it at a computer screen, and I hit record again and just talk behind it. This is very low rent here. Rudy, your videos are dramatically more well-produced than mine will ever be. So kudos to you, but no fancy-ass cameras here. That's so funny. Oh, you know what I haven't done? I haven't looked at the mod channel. So if you guys are trying to get a hold of me, I have not been... Oh, shit. My iPad's dead. You see, people, what happens on a Saturday night? You drink a fifth of vodka, and just all of a sudden, everything goes to shit. Kyle, can you show us Storyvine? I can. Sure. So, Storyvine is my company. I'm the founder and CEO of Storyvine, which is, we're going to be 12 years old in May, so 11 and a half years old. It's an automated video storytelling platform. And we don't use AI to automate the editing, believe it or not. We do it the old-fashioned way with XML and coding. And then I spent the better part of 2023, as many of you know, thinking about AI and really trying to figure out is Storyvine headed to a quick, valueless future because we automate video editing. And we're entering a world where everything is going to be automated. So there's a big part of what Storyvine is where its value goes to zero. And I'll tell you, there were some months in there where I was like terrified, like existential, like holy shit, like this is more than a decade of my life, and it's more than that. Like I started a company before Storyvine that I figured out how not to do what Storyvine does. So it's like 17 years of my life, and I'm like, is this just getting flushed down the toilet because of AI? And so it took me the better part of 2023 to figure it out. And so now we've got a whole new suite of AI tools. So what I'll do is I'll show you what Storyvine is. And I'll do this quick. And then and then I'll show you some of the new AI stuff that we're doing that is really exciting. So all right, so let's go do that. All right, fantastic. I'll tell him what he's won. Let's see here. Oh, it's bored. Here we go. Is this it? Yes. Okay. So. All right. So most of our client base right now is healthcare and pharma. So it's mostly pharma clients are our clients, and the business model is an annual subscription, and they pay for an annual subscription, and then we build them templates, and out of that they get unlimited videos. But the tool itself is a video storytelling tool, and so one of the things that is a little hard initially to get your head around is like, well, what is Storyvine? Is it like professional video, or is it like UGC, like user generated video? It's neither. So in today's world, if you want to produce video, you kind of have these two major lanes. You've got professional video and you've got UGC. And they each have really compelling strengths, where pro video is like super structured and centralized, and you can review the content before it goes live. But then user-generated videos like authentic, and you can capture it from anywhere, and it's super immediate. But it's almost like those are black and white choices. Hang on a sec. I'm coming. All right, go say hi to Mama. Okay, so Pro UGC, you can have one or the other. Storyvine is a hybrid that lives in the space between those. And it gives you the best advantages of both. So how do we do what we do? We have a patent, and our approach is basically based on flipping video production upside down. So in normal video production, you film a bunch of content, 2-3 hours of content, and then you pull the story out of it. What we do at Storyvine is we flip that upside down, and we start with this thing called the video guide. And the video guide is like, what's the beginning, middle, and end of the story? Hang on, let me make this bigger so you can see it. So we create a recipe. So we say to our clients, in the ideal video, what's the person saying? And rather than filming 2 or 3 hours of content, why don't we just capture that story? And so in the example I'm going to show you, we're going to meet a patient, right? And there's lots of ways you could meet a patient. So what do we want in the ideal video? What would that patient be saying? And then the client will say, well, usually they would talk about maybe what they're most passionate about, and then what led them to seek help from a doctor, and maybe, who are the support people in their lives and things like that. And so we take that ideal story and we break it down into modules, into segments, and then we create prompts for that. And then the Storyvine app acts as a virtual director. And so, I don't know if you can see this. I'm trying to make it big enough to, this is easy to do on a big computer, but it's hard to do on a TikTok. So the Storyvine app serves as a virtual director. Like there's a little dotted outline where your person puts their head in the frame. And then there's like an area like don't put your head here. And then there's coaching that tells them what to do. So step 1, take a picture for the video. And then if they're happy with that, they move on to the next step where they're prompted to introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Ellen. I'm from Bellevue, Washington, and I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis about 22 years ago.
And she can do as many takes as she wants there. And just like you redo your voicemail, same idea. And then her experience from that point forward is just answer a series of prompts one after the other.
I'm most passionate in my life about my family. I sought medical help 22 years ago. My greatest source of support living with rheumatoid arthritis.
All right, so that's the video guide. So that makes it super easy for the end user. Their only job is to tell their story, right? They don't have to think about where to start. They don't have to think about what to say. They're just answering a series of questions. And then for the clients, it dramatically improves the quality and consistency of the storytelling, no matter where it comes from. And then last little piece I'll tell you here is, well, how does it all come together? Like if we're gonna be able to have the efficiency of UGC, you got to make the video, right? So the video guide is this set of prompts, that story framework that is combined in a Storyvine template with the visual look and feel, the storyboard. And so what happens in Storyvine is we'll design the look and feel of the video just like you design a traditional video, but we take the creative elements, the logo, the background music, the fonts, they get uploaded into our system, and then sitting up in the cloud is this fully edited video shell. And so someone answers questions in the app, those clips go up to the cloud, and through what we call auto magic editing, a fully edited video is generated in about 5 minutes.
Hi, my name is Ellen. I'm from Bellevue, Washington, and I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis about 22 years ago. I'm most passionate in my life about my family. I have a 20-year-old daughter who...
Anyway, so that's it. So that's how it works. And then there's a whole, then there's a whole back-end management system, for approving the videos and things like that. So you get kind of centralized content management, but you also get to approve all this content before it goes live to the world. So even though you're capturing things with a mobile device, it's done in this very structured way, and it's done in this way that, we can do this for pharma companies that are highly regulated and get these kind of super authentic stories through regulatory approval. Someone asked what I did this presentation in. This is a keynote presentation. Keynote is my jam. I'm a Mac guy. So if you're gonna be doing pretty pictures, in my opinion, you should be on a Macintosh. Although these days it doesn't really fucking matter. It mattered a lot for years, but everything's all computers are about the same these days. Okay, I'm late. What did I miss? Just that someone asked me to talk about Storyvine. Okay, and then in terms of so how do they use it? How are pharma companies using it? There's kind of 3 areas where they use it. Patient stories, doctor stories, and then salespeople are using Storyvine to do personalized video messages to doctors. And then they're also using it for internal comms, executive communications, employee engagement, training and best practices, things like that. So anywhere where you've got a replicable story to tell, that's where Storyvine shines. So Ann Murphy and I were talking the other day. She does empowered fundraisers. She talks to foundations and higher education organizations about how they do fundraising. Well, one of the ways you do fundraising is you tell lots of stories, right? So this is a kind of platform that allows you to do that at scale. So now let me show you something really cool. POC. There we go. Okay. So we created this thing called the authenticity engine. So this is a tool that we created over the past 2 months, but this is a tool that I prototyped probably this time last year. I did an early version of this back in February. And then I've been thinking about it a lot. And one of the things that I realized with Storyvine is that even though the automation part of Storyvine goes down in value, the fact that we're capturing authentic stories of human beings, that feels like something that's going to go up in value. And so what I realized was, well, what if we used authentic narrative as the core nugget that we can generate a lot of content around? And so this is called the authenticity engine. And you basically start with a piece of media, a piece of audio or video. And then, let me see if I've got it. Yeah, that one's good. Is that, oh, hang on. And downloads. I want to make sure I do something that's not right. All right, that one's fine. I'll just do that one. Okay. So I'm going to upload this video. And scene. Nothing. That's the wrong video. Well, I won't show it to you live. Okay. Because it's just, there's too much going on. And it's going to be stupid.
Hello, my name is Raquel Garcia. I am the CEO and executive.
Okay, so what this system does is you upload a video, and the first thing it does is transcribes it. So it creates a transcription. And then based on the transcription, it creates a title and description of the video, right? So title and a description, which you can edit. It generates key messages. So, here's what the woman in this video is talking about. Then the other thing it does is it chapterizes the video. So it takes the narrative and, dang this thing, there we go. It takes the narrative and breaks it into chapters, which you can then preview. So, let's see, diverse recovery opportunities. So if I click on that.
We have smart recovery, celebrate recovery. So
it'll jump you right to that section. So and it does this in about, I don't know, less than a minute, right? So it does all this in less than a minute. So you upload a video that you might not even know anything about. It transcribes it, creates a title, key messages, and then breaks out all of the different chapters. And then you can flip over to another mode called content generation, and it will automatically generate a blog post, Instagram posts, hashtags, and pull quotes of interesting things that were said in the video. And again, so the other thing we offer, let's see, is the opportunity and invitation to join us. So if you click play,
we work with you one-on-one and can meet you where you're at. The other thing we offer is our Discover Your Recovery platform.
Right. So just a really quick way. And, if you're good at prompting, you can get these tools to do good stuff. And so we worked really hard on the blog post, for example. And it starts out with like an introductory paragraph. It's as if a reporter sat down with her and interviewed her. So it says, in a candid, empowering narrative, the CEO and executive director of Hard Beauty shares her passion for supporting individuals on their journey to recovery. And then the next paragraph, Hard Beauty's approach is personal and adaptive. Quote, we meet you where you're at one-on-one in this space as a peer recovery coach. So that's actually a quote from her from the video, but the blog post is written as an interview style article, right? So really slick. So that's the authenticity engine. So that's that's one of the ways we're rolling AI into Storyvine. And I'll show you one other thing really quick, which I think is fucking mind-blowing. And you all, if those of you that have been here for a while, you've probably even seen this before, but we're also offering this. So because Storyvine is modular, we break these stories into segments. We can take advantage of that with video translation. So here's Ellen.
My greatest source of support living with rheumatoid arthritis has been speaking with other people about what they've gone through, reading a lot about the effects of rheumatoid arthritis.
And let's say this client wants to go into the Spanish market. Well, here's Ellen speaking Spanish.
Mi mayor fuente de apoyo viviendo con artritis reumatoide ha sido hablar con otras personas sobre lo que han pasado, leer mucho sobre los efectos de la artritis reumatoide.
Right? And then because Storyvine is this modular system, we have all these individual clips of Ellen without any graphics on it. We can take those, translate those into Spanish. We can then take all of the lower third graphics that are generated in the system, translate those from English to Spanish, and then I can create a fully Spanish version of this video.
Hola, mi nombre es Ellen, soy de Bellevue, Washington, y me diagnosticaron artritis reumatoide hace unos 22 años. Estoy más apasionado en mi vida por mi familia.
Right? Lower thirds in Spanish. I can then take that Spanish video, put that in the Authenticity Engine and generate content. And then I can do that for 27 languages. So here's Ellen speaking Hindi.
Namaste, मेरा नाम एलन है. मैं बेलव्यू, वॉशिंगटन से हूँ.
And then Japanese.
Konnichiwa, watashi wa Eren desu. Bellevue 出身で22年.
So anyway, crazy, right? Whew. Oh, look. And I got a Storyvine shirt on. There and ad. There's your advertisement for Storyvine. That's what I've been doing for the past 12 years, past 17 years. Is some version of that. Whew. You had to ask, right? What other questions can I ask? Kieran is muted on accident. Unmute her, please. I don't know if I can do that. I probably can, but I don't know how. Hopefully a mod can do that, because I don't know how to do that. Thank you, Silver Fox. You're the best. You mods are the best. Mods, what have I been? What have I missed while I was selling my company there? I'm sorry. Talking about the awesome things we do. I just got here. Can we restart? Exactly. All right, let's see. Where is... Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, got it. Beautiful. It's been fixed. Fantastic. Lord Digital God's giving a pile of ruses. It warms my cockles. Did he just say cockles? Fantastic. It's really good. Could you talk about the sitting with Chat GPT for a week, the examples? Yeah, so what I was... Okay, so what someone asked me, I don't remember who, because I have ADD and names go out of my head like water over a rock. Someone essentially asked me about this.
You can make money with Chat GPT.
They said, how can you make passive income with Chat GPT? And I gave my normal spiel about, making money takes work. And I think one of the promises and one of the reasons that industry is so sleazy is that making passive income is mostly a myth. And making money is just fucking hard work. It's work. even the people that are like, I only work 4 hours a week, but I work, 60 hours a week talking about how I only work 4 hours a week, right? It's like even Tim Ferriss at some point with his 4 hour work week, said, yeah, that's not really true. It's just, you get more efficient at that shit and it just opens up room for you to do more work, right? Like, we're human beings. We're going to fill the void. So what I said was, a really good way that you could use, a really good use of Chat GPT to explore passive income is to spend the next 7 days. So like 3 hours after work, like don't come to the AI Learning Lab. So do whatever you do. And then the 3 hours where you're normally just dicking around or watching this or watching Netflix, spend 3 hours on Chat GPT learning everything you can about passive income opportunities, myth versus reality. What are the scams that are out there? What are the things that actually work? How much time can you expect to put in it? Brainstorm ideas of things you can do. Have it use internet search to go search for passive income opportunities and rate them of how much do they seem like a scam? And what does it actually know about them? Like a lot of these passive income things, all they're doing is regurgitating other people's programs. They just repackage them, right? So ChatGPT is probably pretty good at figuring out, oh, this is one of those based on this methodology, and this is one of those based on that methodology. So imagine if you spent Monday through Friday, 3 hours a night, so 15 hours during the week, and then 6 hours on Saturday, 6 hours on Sunday, on one subject, passive income as a knowledge area. At the end of that 7 days, one of two things happens. And it quite frankly, it probably happens before the week is up. One of two things happens. You realize it's all bullshit. And it's like, it's way more work, like you can make money from things that sell while you're not there, but you're going to have to put in a year or two to market the fucking thing for it to start generating any activity, right? Like, but you'll at least know the reality of that. And then you can say, it's all bullshit and I don't want to do it. Or you say, oh, it's actually good. Or you could also find out, hey, there's this one area of passive income approaches that actually seems real and is really interesting. And maybe you use half the week getting to the point of knowing whether you want to even explore that world or not. And then maybe use the second half of the week, if you decide you want to explore it, to build a whole program. Build the website, write the copy, come up with the marketing things, come up with the media plan, come up with the products, put them on Gumroad or wherever the fuck they're going to go. And just can you imagine spending 1 week with ChatGPT on a single subject? So that was what I was talking about there. That's you. I'm going to make a company called Storyvines. We got cease and desisted by Twitter back when they had Vine. Oh, okay, we'll go look at Embrace the Jank images in Irregulars. That's really good. We were probably 3 years into the business, and we get a letter from Twitter that's like, we own the Vine trademark and you're violating our trademark, and bam, bam, bam. And I'm like, pretty sure we had the trademark first. So we got our lawyer to write their lawyer a letter and said, here's our date. Here's your date. Not for nothing. And so they tried to bully us and strong arm us. And we went back and forth for like 4 months. And then at the end of the 4 months, we get a letter from them that it was the legal equivalent of, well, you're right. You had the mark first, but we're Twitter. So if you want to sue us, go ahead. So we had to keep using the name Storyvine. And they went out of business. Go fuck yourself. All right, let's go look at the Irregulars channel. So for those of you that are new here, where I'm going right now is I'm going over to, hang on, it's coming. There we go. I'm going over to the AI Salon, which if you don't know about it, you can get to by going to that URL and click on the first link. That's a link tree. And then the AI Salon community is where I'm going right now. And then this channel, we have our own club over at the AI Salon called the AI Learning Lab Irregulars. And I just gave everybody a challenge to create a series of Embrace the Jank images as a celebration. What's that? Now let's proceed with the 8th and final logo concept. So Joker's in here doing logos. That's cool. Ooh, that one's great. Who did that? Mike Nee. Nice. I love that. I love that it's misspelled. I hope you didn't misspell it on purpose, but you probably did. But that's great. That's great. Love it. The dragon embracing the jank. Cam Catkin. Awesome. Oops, what did I do? These are great. Ooh, nice. 80s. Bringing in the 80s. Embrace the thief. Embrace thief jank. Nice. Perfect. And the whole idea with Embrace the Jank, by the way, if you're new here, is one of my ticks is just reminding everyone that these AI tools right now are janky pieces of shit. But in 2024, they're likely going to get really good really fast. And the era of misspellings in image generation is actually going to be like a nostalgic, hey, remember when it couldn't spell? And so embracing the jank is like, don't try to make them perfect. Just let them be shitty for now, because we'll look back on this and it'll be fantastic. See, that one's spelled correctly. Like that one, there's not a ton of jank there. There's a little bit of weirdness in the height of that R. But for the most part, that one's pretty good. Ooh, nice. Who did that? Joker. Embrace the jank, and then it's like the nerf. My GPT is broken. Oh, that sucks. Embrace the jank. It's a mountain of poo. I posted that because instead of making a logo, it made an 8. That's good. I like it. That's perfect. I asked Chat GPT to talk about janky in context with history in present day, and I think I broke it. Perfect. Actually, I think that's really good. Posting a screenshot of the fact that ChatGPT can't produce something is a perfect image for Embrace the Jank. That's really good. Ooh, nice. Nice style, Patsy. Love that one. That's like 70s sitcom, isn't it? Awesome. Perfect. Who did this? Patsy. Perfect. Danielle, Embrace the Jank. That one's actually nice. I mean, isn't like not for nothing. You know, it's funny. Every now and then it just hits me. This is one of the reasons I do this channel. Is I want to be present while we're in the early phase of this, whatever AI is going to become, or generative AI. I want to be present for it because we now live in a world where someone like me can go make a bunch of images called, that say Embrace the Jank. And a bunch of people just out somewhere in the world that are watching this go do it and share it here. Like, that's an image that you could print out and, you couldn't tell that from a photograph, right? That's remarkable. Oh, that's Gemini. Interesting. Really cool. Embrace the jank. What'd you get?
Chocolate.
Ah, thank you very much. Nice. Ah, look at those cuties. Nice, Daisy.
Get in here.
This is a an otter named Jank. That's Jank's mom embracing the jank. Oh, the irregulars are pioneers. That's really cool. That's a nice one, Kate. Very cool. Very cool. New activity. Let's go see what the latest ones are. Ooh, that's beautiful. That's nice, Emilio's wife. Look, embrace the jank right here in the upper left. That's really cool. Wow. Beautiful. Embrace the jank. You are here. Oh, that's really good. Kate Cat, that's really good. Again, like we live in a world you can just ask for this shit, and there it is. Amazing. That's a good one. Mike Nee, the fax machine. Okay, that's if we were doing this as a contest, that one feels like the winner to me because it's like that is totally that's totally the level that we're at right now with this AI shit. Gemini seems to be climbing the ranks. Yeah, Gemini. Well, Gemini in general is getting better, Rudy. But if you haven't seen, go look at Ethan Mollick's articles about Gemini Pro 1.5. Holy shit, it looks amazing. A million token context window is completely changing what that thing makes possible. Like it just go read his articles. All right. I'm gonna start wrapping things up here, folks. So let me pull that back up and let me do some acknowledging. Let me practice our value of gratitude. You missed the magical unicorn. Where was the magical unicorn? In Irregulars? Or is it new? Embrace the jank. Ooh, that one's cool too. The DOS, the magical unicorn. Ooh, nice. Oh, what's it say? Jank is magic in slow motion. Oh, nice. That's beautiful. Love it. Beauty. Got it. Really good. All right. So, what was I going to say? Acknowledgements. Thank yous. 30 to 20 minute goodbyes. Yes. Okay. Go join the AI Salon. Go check it out if you haven't. The salon.ai. Click on the first link. It says the AI Salon community. Go read about the salon. Read about our values. If you resonate with those, great. Follow this channel, please. I asked this last night. We had like 140 people in here. I was like, could you follow this channel? I got off like 3 people had followed me. I'm like, really? I'm putting in like 2.5, 3 hours a night here. The least you can do is follow me. Although maybe everyone here follows me already. Follow the channel. If you want to subscribe to the lives, that helps to support. You can pick up one of the video series in the corner here called Underhyped. Can support the channel. And the most important thing to support this channel is just keep showing up. Show up. Let it be background noise and just use this as a reminder to keep in the conversation about AI. Like it's important for all of us right now. And the other thing that I'm increasingly feeling is important is joining community. The AI Salon's great. If it's not your cup of tea, if our values are not good, find other communities. Rachel Woods has the AI Exchange. They're all into business operation or AI operations and shit like that. What's his name? I don't know. There's a bunch of communities out there. Some of them cost money, some of them don't. The AI Salon doesn't cost money. But get your ass in community. Be around people who are curious about this shit. Come here, play, fuck around. Like the reason I try to present this stuff in a not so serious way is it's completely overwhelming. So if you don't have some fun with it, it gets kind of heavy. It gets intense. You feel like, I can't keep up. I gotta remember, I'm not as good as everyone else. Like, no. And no one's an expert. Just fucking play. Showing up, showing out, staying janky. That's it, Kevin. Show up, talk about it, embrace the jank. Play, do, talk about it, connect with other people. Just put it out there. People think I'm weird. They already think you're weird. We're not weird. We're irregular. All right. Just keep talking about it. I'm telling you, like, anyone that is posts regularly in the Irregulars channel, like if you're new to this and you go to the Irregulars Club, AILL Irregulars Club, ask them what's happening in their life because they've been living out loud with AI. There's some remarkable shit happening with the people in this community. It's really cool. So just keep showing up here, okay? Next thing I want to do, I want to acknowledge the Irregulars. So the people that show up here regularly and subscribe, you're amazing. And then there's a subset of those that are mods for this channel that help make sense of the madness, all of your craziness. So thank you to you guys. Thanks to the mods. 2 nights with no box demo. You'll have to come back tomorrow to get the box demo. If you've not seen me talk about this box, you ain't seen shit. It'll change your life. All right, everybody. Let's do that romper room thing, shall we? Ron Diggity, good to see you. Silver Fox, thank you as always. You're amazing. Laughing Thunder, thank you. I can't say regularly. I know, I can't either. It's just every time the Irregulars, irregularly. I'm the same way. Sherry D, good to see you. Suzanne, Mr. IT. Let's see. Always Laurel, good to see you. Peter Svenderkund, Laughing Thunder. Detroit J. Holden, good name. Love the name. 10 out of 10 on the name. Hey, it's Detroit J. Holden. How can I help you? You'd better be a radio DJ. Detroit J. Roz P., good to see you. Emilio's wife, she was on time, participated. She killed it tonight. She's going to get a B plus, B. A B. B minus. B. She'll get a B tonight. Fantastic, Bob. Ashu, be social. Good to see you. Rudy, have a great evening. Thanks for the awesome live, Mr. Kyle. Thank you for your kind words and support as always, Mr. Rudy. I hope you're still kicking butt out there. Rudy's in South Africa and has been getting clients because he's been living AI out loud, and so it's really exciting. Good for him. Megan, good to see you. Apple Cider. Tobias, thank you as always. Let's see. Who else? Janu, Danielle, Megan, A Human Being, Joy, Obi-Wan. Wow, man. This is a lot of you in here tonight. Side Hustle Mimi. So cool. All right, cool. I'm out of here. Happy Saturday night. Go play. And then talk about it. Join the salon. Come on. Connect. Be authentic. Be real. Peace. Thanks from Sydney, Australia. Thank you, Justice Richards. I'll see you tomorrow night.